Hey everyone, welcome back to Beekeeping with Natalie, or welcome to if you are new. Today we are excitedly adding some supers, so that'll be cool to check out to see if they are filling these supers up. We put these on a little bit later than a week ago. Well, we put some new ones on. I believe like this one was put on about a week ago, but like these two should have been put on like a week and a half ago, I believe. And so we were out of town for about 5 days doing some bee trips, picking up some equipment, and so we're going to show you what we got and kind of show you what we're doing today. And so we're going to check to see if they are filling these supers. They should be capping them by now. Hopefully they are. We're going to make sure to find a super that is starting to be capped so we can put these on, which I'll get to in a second. But I've checked some other hives in a different yard and they were starting to cap it a little bit, so that's exciting. It's not super far of a distance from this yard and the other yard, but they can be very different. The way that they bring in the nectar, it's just like, it's very different. It's crazy to see the difference they grow and how they make it through winter by just a couple miles. But anyways, so what we have here is a shallow box. I believe we got these from, it was either, I think they might have been free from a beekeeper that was getting rid of their stuff, and so they weren't in the best shape, but they were okay, and so we ended up picking them up. And then we left them to sit for like a year or two and just never ended up using them. And so they collected some mice for sure. They had a lot of stuff to clean out, but I think there might have been like 3 or 6 supers that we really cleaned out, deep cleaned them, and they look really nice, but it's a lot of work just for a couple of shallows. And we don't really do a whole lot of shallows. We do mostly mediums. But anyways, the reason we're doing a shallow is because we're going to do some comb honey. And I want to clarify first that all of the ideas pretty much are from Gus Mitchell. I've mentioned him before, but I'm mentioning him again because he's got a really great channel and he's definitely worth checking out. So I'll leave that in the description down below if you want to check it out. And basically everything that we're doing here is mostly from his ideas. And so I'm not taking any credit for that. I'm just kind of showing it because I think it's very useful. But basically what we have here is the shallow box. They don't look very nice, but the frames do look very nice. So here's the frames, and these are from Skipper Luttrell down in Tennessee, and we picked these up while we were down there a few days ago. So they're really, really nice frames. I can't remember how many we got from them, but pretty good amount. So we're using these for the shallows. They're shallow frames. And then here is from Dayton. This is their comb foundation, and so this is wax foundation. It's nothing like plastic or anything, I believe. If you also want to check that out, I'll try and find a link and leave it in the description down below for you to check it out. But basically this was originally a medium super. I believe that's what it was for, and we ended up cutting it to where it's made for 2. And so basically we cut it, and then I believe Gus has videos on how to do all of this, but basically we cut it and then we used some wax that we melted and basically sealed it right here. So definitely go check out Gus's channel to really get an in-depth video on that. And so that's what we did here, and we've done some comb honey in the past, but it was in medium supers, which was these, and it wasn't very, we weren't really trying to get a whole lot out of it, but this time we're really going to try and get some nice comb honey to sell. And so we're going to work on that and try it out this year. This is our first year that we're really focusing on it. Not too much though. We've been doing a lot of stuff. We're focusing on bees and honey because we want to double this year, but that's a whole other subject. So this has happened, it's probably like the 2nd or 3rd time that this has happened. I grabbed the smoker this time, that's one up than last time, because last time I forgot the smoker and we just had to go back. But I forgot the lighter, and so I have everything but the lighter. I have the fuel, the smoker, but yeah, I thought it was in the bucket for the fuel, and so we're going without a smoker today. We're gonna try and go without a smoker, see how far we get. Last time we tried to do this without a smoker, it didn't end up working out. We had to come back the next day. So we'll see how this goes. We aren't actually working the hives. We're just checking supers pretty much. So they should be okay, and we don't really need to check that, which should be good because there will be a lot of bees in the super, hopefully, but it shouldn't be too bad. So anyways, there's that. We're going to check these. So first I'm going to check them, see what they look like, and see if they are bringing in some nectar and starting to cap it. And we'll find the one that's doing best for that, and we'll put one of these shallows on for our comb honey. And so we'll have some more videos in the future for how we cut this, which I've never tried before. We've done some of the cutting the comb, but the method we're doing this year is new to me. So we'll do some videos on that later once they start to fill these. And this should take a little bit longer than like these supers because they still have to draw it out. These ones had 2 frames foundation and then the rest of them were all drawn. These are all not even full foundation. They still have like this whole piece right here to fill. So this will probably take a little bit longer, but we should have a pretty good flow on right now. I think we kind of were slowing down a little bit and then it should be kicking right back up. So anyways, we got a ton of rain. So I don't know if that slowed them down a little bit, but it's been really nice today. And so hopefully they've been going. Yesterday it was either yesterday or the day before. It was pretty cloudy and then it rained pretty hard and then it kind of sun peeked out a little bit and they started working. So anyways, we'll go ahead and check them. I also didn't even grab a jacket. I only grabbed a veil. So we're really testing the bees today to see if they're very nice. They should be. We always try to keep the bees pretty nice. If we have any that are a little testy, we try to requeen them. Let's go ahead and open them up. Alright, so I'm going to pull out this foundation frame here just to see if they're starting to draw it out a little bit, which it looks like they are. They're starting to draw it out and then they're also filling it on this side. So that bee just stung me in the wrist there. Alright, we're back. So decided 4 stings from one hive in just a couple seconds. I needed a lighter because who knows how the other hives are going to be. So got this little lighter here that I'm going to use. Hopefully it's good. But who knew you had to be 18 to buy a lighter? I did not. So trying to explain to the cashier that why I needed this lighter was so fun. Cause I've talked to some people that don't even know what a beekeeper is, so anyways, that was fun. So basically what we're doing here is we're putting the shallows, like if there's a double deep, we can put the shallow right above that brood chamber and they'll be okay. But if we have a single, which I'm not sure where, I know we have some here, but I'm not sure where they're at. But one's over there. If we have a single, we'll put a super right above the brood box and then we'll put our shallow. The reason for that is so that they don't put pollen into the comb up top here because we don't really want that. And they will put pollen in like the supers and we might get a little bit of pollen in the shallows here, but we're gonna do our best to prevent that. Sorry. I know like I'd probably be okay with it in the comb, but I know a lot of people that probably won't be, so that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so we got the smoker going, or I got the smoker going, and we're going to go ahead and start over and see how this part goes, how this hive works. This is one benefit to like a jacket. You can work a lot faster and get stuff done easily, but I'm in a veil, so it's kind of a little bit of a disadvantage, but anyways. So I'll pull this off, and we're gonna put, this one's a double deep, so we're gonna put the shallow here, probably about right here, just above the brood, or the brood box here. So let's see how these girls are. I'm not sure why they're so mean, because it's a really nice flow on. I think there is. Our yellow Dutch clover, I believe, is starting. It's a little early. A lot of things have been going pretty early this year. I think we started grafting a little bit earlier than we normally do also. So I'm going to go straight to this bottom super here. I don't really need to take the lid off. But yeah, so it's a little bit early, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and put our supers on so we don't miss it. It's always good to know when everything starts to bloom for you, but don't go off that every year because it will bloom at different times some years, and so we don't want to miss it, and that's why you always want to keep a close eye out for when that stuff is starting so you don't miss it. All right, I can see them capping it a little bit up here. That one's getting there. It's not super full. We'll pull one out so I can show you. Just trying to keep that smoker going. Okay, I'm not sure if this is, no, this was not the foundation frame. There's that lid. They're barely starting to cap it right here. But they're getting there. So we'll go ahead and pull this off and add this shallow. They're not filling it as much as I would hope for them to fill it. We're gonna put it on this one because we have a bunch more hives that we can put them on. But we have, I think, 6 shallows that we need to put on some of the hives. We're not gonna put them all, we don't have to put all of them on this yard, but we're gonna put most of them here. So pull this off. See how I can lift that? I shouldn't be able to lift it, but whatever. There was a super I pulled off, I think it was yesterday maybe, and it was really heavy, so that's exciting. So we have 10 frames in here because if we only put 9 in here, what they'll do is they'll build it out super thick and we won't be able to fit it in the containers. So we want to make sure that we only have 10 in here so that they don't build out too thick. So we will put it like this. And the reason I did that, I don't know if it'll do much, but there is a little crack right there, so maybe they'll use that as an upper entrance and they'll fill it a little bit quicker. I don't know. I also don't know if that will make more pollen come in. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Again, this is our first year really doing this, and so we'll make sure to keep you updated on how it works for us. And got a bunch more videos to come on the comb honey. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put the heavier one on top so that they will maybe start working this one. It does have some weight to it, which is good. All right, we're gonna put this last super on. Bees are getting a little bit more testy now. But we're gonna put this lid on. So with these kinds of lids, let's see, where could I show? Oh, this one right here. So it has an inner cover that has a little notch right here, and what we did is we just lifted the lid to where this was open, to where they will hopefully start using that as an upper entrance. Basically what we hope that it does is to get the bees to go in there and they will fill that top super faster than having to go from the bottom all the way up to the top here. So that's the hopes for that. With these kinds of lids, you could just put a little stick right here, prop it up, but I did just add that little spot there. So we'll see if they'll maybe use that. Let's just check one more just to see how they're filling it. We brought some extra just medium supers to definitely add on. Looks like they're up here. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing some supers that have been a lot more full in a different yard, but that's all right. They're getting there. Looks like they are barely starting to fill it a little bit, maybe. But I think I had mentioned this earlier. It was like we had a really strong flow and then it kind of stopped, and now it's just now starting to kick back up. But then again, it was pretty rainy, so they weren't able to get out as much, which is another reason why they weren't filling it. All right, so what I just did there is I had to turn it because the frames were stuck to the top super here, and so it pulls the frames up. Happened to me the other day and it was a mess. But basically, I try to just kind of twist it to get the frames separated. So like it probably stuck to like that piece right there. We can pull this one out. I'm sure there's one that's really filling it, and we'll find that one off camera probably, because that's how it works. Alright, so bees were affecting the camera person, my mom, and it's okay to do it to me, but not her. So took care of that, got the stings out. But I went ahead and started checking another one, and this one is nice and heavy for me. Which doesn't mean that it's super full, but they are starting to draw it out and then capping it. And I just took the super off, but I want to show you this one at least. So they are just barely starting to cap the top of it, which is beautiful. That's a really nice frame. It's all full. They just got to start capping it now. So I just dropped on my leg there. I so badly just want to scoop my hive tool in it right now, but I shouldn't, and I'm not going to. Maybe I'll find a hive that's building some burr comb up top and I can scoop some off. I've had a lot of honey in the last couple days just because there's some hives that I forgot to put some frames in, and they filled it with honey. So anyway, some of our nukes, I'm blocking their entrance right here with this super, so I'm going to move this. Some of our nukes have been going crazy and have been growing really quickly, and hopefully I can do a video on that soon just to show you the nukes right now, because it's been a few weeks since we started them and they're doing really, really well. So, and I've had a lot of questions on it too, so hopefully we can do a video on that. But basically what I'm going to do is, these girls actually need a super, so they should hopefully start to be filling this shallow pretty quickly. And I'm going to put it again right here. This is a double deep, so I can put it right next to the queen excluder, right on top of it. The frames were also sticking together on this one, so I had to twist it, but right, there we go. And we will put this right on top here. Oh, hey, this one actually has a top entrance that's meaning to be the top entrance. The other one was just broken, but this one has a hole here. But yeah, you can do that, put some holes in the top here, or you can do the lid thing that we also did. But let's I'm gonna put this one on first because it's not as heavy. Yeah, this is pretty much one of the only super videos we're gonna do for a while, because the next few times that we're taking supers off, it probably won't be me, which is actually exciting though. They start to get pretty tall too. Me and Cayman have problems with that, not being able to reach. But anyways, so I think that's it. We're gonna put the lid back on, and I think that's pretty much it for today's video. A little bit of a mess, but that's all right. That's just beekeeping, and we'll just start to blow through these really quickly, checking them, seeing if they need supers. Ones with single brood like this one here, we might go ahead and check for swarm cells, and then maybe add a box if they need it. There's a swarm that we caught a little while ago that also is in a single, so we'll check them, see if they need another brood box. So that's pretty much it. We will keep you updated on the comb honey, and yeah, kind of just a little bit on what's going on here. And yeah, thanks for watching. Follow along for more bee adventures, and be here next time on Beekeeping with Natalie.